my name is Karyn. I'm very happy to be here, very honored to be invited to share with you my story. And first off, I'm very, very sorry I'm late. So just came back from the office. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so a little bit about myself before we proceed with the 1-hour session. So my name is Karyn, okay? I actually am a fellow Taylor's alumni. Many years back, not in this very nice campus, way back in SS15 Subanjaya. For myself, I've been working for about 18 years. Many years, right? So as you can see, I'm very, very old. Anyway, 18 years of technical and program management. Previously, my first job was with Intel Penang. You guys heard of Intel, right? Very good. Okay, so I started there as a server administrator, and then I worked through the various experiences and all that. The last I left the company, I was actually a project manager, a manager for a small team. Okay, so that is my history, and then I moved on, and now I'm currently a COO of a small business. Our office is based in Bangsa South, previously was Mid Valley. So I'm here to share the entrepreneurship journey. So a lot of people ask, actually, how you do it? What's the recipe? How do you manage all this? So unfortunately, I don't really have an answer for you because you know what? There's actually no recipe. Okay? So people think, just do this, do this, do this, do this, do that. I think this image is very good to represent the actual journey. It's basically just somehow things are get done, okay? So let me share with you what it is. Okay, so what I have here is actually stage one of entering the entrepreneurship scene, okay? So based on where you're at today, so you want to start a business. So what do I do, right? Of course, these are all my own opinion, my own take. The first point is the entrepreneurship journey must always be taken in a pair, meaning that you must always have a business partner. Don't even think of doing this on your own. Of course, like I say, it's my opinion. And the business partner must be someone whom you can trust. Something like a marriage okay? Of course, minus all the actual marriage stuff, but frankly speaking, not exaggerating, really, you're married to your partner, okay? Through the good times, through the bad times, through the tough times, okay? And there will be tough times. Second point to note is that the type of jobs that you'll be taking, that you'll be doing as an entrepreneur when you first start off, okay, it's not going to be super high-tech, super fun, super everything. It could be as mundane as, hey, update this HTML slide for me Hey, modify this image for me Do this video for me All these small jobs. So this is my take. Don't be picky. Have an open mind, and it's going to be hands-on. Last but not least, try your best to keep your costs low, meaning that everything, if you can, DIY, including, yeah, you read it right, including cleaning the toilet. Okay? So it's very different from where you are today as a student in a very nice lakeside campus with the lake and everything. When you actually want to start up your own business, everything from scratch. Okay? Any questions? Feel free to jump right in or comments. Okay. Okay, second of all, after you have entered the scene, then what do? You actually have to make yourself known. You have to tell people, I exist, here I am. Here's what we do. Here's what I can add value for you. These are the services that we provide. So, key point is, your mobile number is now public domain. The reason why I bring this up is because some of my friends would ask me, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that. But I'm a very private person. I don't really like to talk to people. I like to do my own thing. So, sorry, entrepreneurship is not for you. Seriously. So you want to be a business owner, you want to run a business, your phone number is actually public domain. Very important. Things like name cards, company registration, websites, social media, events, you name it. You have to attend and you have to get to know people. People have to get to know you. You have to know what is being out there in the market, what is the gap, where I can add value, and be creative, be innovative. Okay? So this is what we did. So basically, this is my business partner, Ching-Yi. We both run a software development company. We started our company in 2008. Okay? So when we first started, as you can see, we were heavily participating in the Global Entrepreneurship Week, GW. We were part of the 988 radio interview. And it's like full 1 hour talking in pure Cantonese without any English. It's a bit, yeah. And then we also went for various BFM radio interviews. We attended, Mango is actually a non-profit organization. You can check it out, mango.org. We actually attended many of their sessions, educating the NGOs about what IT is, what you can do, what social media is, things like that. We even went all the way to Kuching at our own expense to talk to people, to have our voice heard, and to hear what people want and things like that. So that is the extent, okay? Okay, so now that you have actually entered the scene, you have actually made your mobile number public domain, you've actually attended all the events and stuff. So, at this stage, at stage 3, you are no longer the engineer. You are more than the engineer, okay? Why I say that? Because you yourself, you are the brand, you are the business. So what you say, how you act, where you go, what you do, people will associate that with the brand. Key point, people, money, connections. So you want to provide a service, whether you're doing computers, computer engineering, mechanical, electrical, electronics, you're an engineer. But frankly speaking, at the end of the day, what you're servicing and what value you're providing is to the people who is actually paying you for a service. Money, of course, if there's no money, why do business? Connections, that's the whole networking part about getting people to know you, you getting to know people. And of course, the very key message from myself is get the accounts right the first time. So of course, myself, I was from computer engineering. So computer engineering, it's not really like accounting, all those numbers, bookkeeping, financial reports. All those are boring. Don't know what they're talking about, right? But once you run a business, you have to know what those things are about. Because if you don't get it right the first time, later on, it will be a lot of rework, a lot of hassle to get it right. Cash flow. So you have your business, you have revenue, at the same time you're paying salary, you're paying for services, you're paying for rental, you're paying for this, paying for that. So cash flow is very important. It's actually the reason why I call it a balancing act, because it really is indeed a balancing act. For example, you manage to grab a particular project which, let's say the project worth is 100,000. You're very happy, you celebrate, right? That is your bill. That is your revenue. However, money is not in your pocket yet, right? You may charge the first kickoff fee, let's say 20,000. Out of the 20,000, you have pocketed, very happy, right? But at the same time, for you to build the next round, you have to deliver maybe phase 1 of the module or whatever phase 1 that you have committed to your client. The phase 1 comes in 2 months later. So within month 1 and month 2, your guys need to be paid. You have to pay salary. So imagine one person's salary is 5,000, you have 5% in the team. 1 month is 25,000, not including KWSP, income tax, OXO, blah, 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 right? Right? So, of course, having this particular case study, this particular example that I just quoted, meaning that, you know what, you can't live with just one project, right? So you take on another project. Imagine you have project number 2, right? Another 100,000. So now you have 200,000. revenue, right? But it's not really cash in the pocket, not your collections yet. So can you get the drift? Yeah, so cash flow is always a balancing act. It's very delicate. So do you spend or do you not spend? Do you bill or do you not bill? And also recently with the introduction of GST, that makes things even more interesting. Okay? Okay. All right. You guys know who this is? Doraemon? The locals know? I hope everybody knows. Okay. So I think this is a very nice image. The reason why I chose this particular image is because Doraemon has a pocket of goods. Okay, what's in the pocket? Let's take a look. Skills, knowledge, tools, know-how, stuff that you study here, right? All the technical knowledge. So for example, if you were a chef, you would know what ingredients to put into a dish, you know how long to cook the dish, you know what to buy, blah, blah, blah. All those are your skills, the knowledge, tools, and know-how. However, on the other side, the soft skills side, are you listening to your clients? Are you listening to your staff? Are you communicating properly? Are you expressing yourself, right? Their experiences, and sometimes, not sometimes, most of the time, your charm and your wit is very important. All these things are not written in the textbook, but you need to know how to connect to people. You need to know what is the bottom line that they're after, what is the problem statement that they're actually asking you to help them, why you even exist as a service provider in the first place. Okay, so these are important. Yes, this one. Develop an innate sense of danger. Do you know what that means? That one definitely you cannot find in your textbook. That is something that you have to go out there and experience. Who is out there to kill me? Who is out there to try to take advantage of me? Seriously, there are sharks everywhere. Who is not happy getting something for free? Hey, free, this one very good. But at the end of the day, who's paying for this free service, right? So what goes around comes around, okay? Your sense of professionalism. So in the event of a tough situation, when things are not going well, do you just kick the bucket and say, forget it, I'm out of here? No, you cannot do that because you're no longer in school, okay? You have mouth to feed. You have a family to feed. Your staff is your family, right? So you have to just bite the bullet and go, okay, what's the problem? How can I help? What can I do, right? And of course, how to seal the deal. So as you're actually going for proposals, quotes after quotes, right? At the end of the day, how do you get the client to say, yes, I want to grant you this project? So all these terms known as business acumen. So you can read more about it, you can Google more about it, but at the end of the day, in my opinion, business acumen is best experience, then you learn from it. And also your networking and your mentors, they're very important to teach you things like that. Any questions so far? Good question. So there was a question. So I need to correct you though, I'm not CEO, I'm COO. Okay, but it's a good question. His question is basically, how do we judge if your staff is worth his salt? Right? Frankly speaking, you don't know until you try. Because the resume could be written very well, the communication, the expression, all is very well, but actually at the end of the day, tak boleh pakai, cannot do, okay? Or it could be, can't really talk, can't really write, but look at the amount of work that's being done, right? Or it could be anywhere in between, okay? Having said that, this also talks about me as an employee, right? Or basically the clients judging our company as a service provider, meaning that the salesperson can talk a lot, but actually at the end of the day, can or not, we don't know. Okay, so whether it applies to a human being, a staff, a client, freelancer, a partner, or you yourself, you must always give it a shot, give it a try. So hence, there's always probation period. There's always the first project. Said that, you know what? You don't know whether my company can deliver. Frankly speaking, in the back of your head, you're thinking, I actually don't know whether I can work well with you also lah. But we have to give it a shot. So how about we work on this project, this test project for 3 months and see how it goes, or 2 months and see how it goes. And at the end of the day, if you like what you see, if you think we are worth our salt, let's go to the next project. let's go to the next project, like that. Similarly, as a staff, as an employee, same thing. I will give you 3 months probation, 6 months probation. At the end of the day, see whether you can fit into the culture or the culture can fit into you. Because it is always a handshake, right? So in Cantonese, there's a saying that say, min kyong mo hang phuk, right? Which means, to translate that, okay, the English is saying that you just can't force it, right? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. The same goes for employer to employee, same goes from client to service provider, and for us, maybe the service provider to the freelancer, same. Does that answer your question? Great. Good. Thanks for asking the first question. You get a book. I actually brought this book. I hope you guys like it. It's actually, the title of the book is Women on Top. Success of 15 women who blazed the trail of technopreneurship. Actually, our CEO is in one of the interviewed ladies. So I have 2 more, so please ask questions, don't be shy. 2 more, yeah. Okay, moving on. Oh, I think this is an excellent piece of quote. This quote is actually given to us by Tim Fernandez. Tim is actually the CEO of liveandinspire.com. So he has these hashtags called Timmy Things. It's very cute. So this one I particularly like because it says that in the means of getting things done, jangan kurang ajar. Do you know what's the meaning of jangan kurang ajar? I think the locals know. So let me translate this. In the means of getting things done, don't be, arrogant. Don't think I'm the best. Don't think, oh, you suck. Don't think, just basically respect each other. Respect for each other, even though it's very old school, something that you learned since, I don't know, standard 1 or whatever, but it still rocks to this day and age, right? Okay, moving on. Okay, so now that you are the business, you need to, just like exercising, right? Just like going to the gym, right? You want to be a good, runner, you want to be building your body, you want to whatever. You have to build the core, right? So why do you need the core? You can't do everything on your own. Why? Anyone? Why can't we do everything by ourselves since we know everything? It's impossible. Why? Yes, you only have 24-hour day. Specialty, you're only good at certain things. Yes. The thing is, even if you know, sorry? Yes, exactly. Even though you think you may know how to do it, I can do it by myself. But time and tide waits for no one, right? You cannot ask the client, can you please wait because, when I'm doing this, I need maybe 2 hours of sleep. Then the next day got public holiday. Then got this. Nope, client's not going to wait because if you're not going to cut it, guess what? The next door can, right? So time and tide don't wait for everyone. So that's number 1. You can't do everything on your own. So therefore, and you may not know everything actually. And if you do, right, basically, it's like jack of all trades, right? So we don't want to be like that. So you need to have a core team. Why I say core? Because the core team is the team that you can trust and who can deliver, who will be with you through thick and thin. It's like an extension of your business partner, okay? This is the core. So, of course, people come and go, staff come and go, employees come and go. You don't expect people to, work for a particular company forever. Things like that. Throw out the window, it doesn't work anymore, okay? But the key thing is your key few people, like for example, I run a software development company. So my key engineer, my key designer, they are my core team, besides the business partner. Okay, so and the other thing is actually very important is that having the right team culture can bring you further than you can ever imagine. So what is the meaning of team culture? Have you guys heard of the Tuckman model? Tuckman model for team formation? It's not taught in this school? Got teach. Ha ha ha. Yes, it's being taught in this uni. Okay, the Tuckman model is very important. I've learned this in school, and I've left school many, many years ago, and I still remember. The reason why is because it is very much realistic. It is so real. Tuckman model talks about the team formation. Very good. So every time you have new team members that form a team, you have all kinds of dynamics. It's like this plate of rojak, okay? This rojak, whether can work together or not, we don't know. So there's team formation, right? Okay, after formation, what happens? Storming. Very good. Very good. Yeah, professor very happy. Okay, storming, because it's like, hey, I say this, I say that, blah, 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 storming. So you need to overcome that particular stage of team formation. After storming, what do you get? Huh? Oh, very good. I think I need to give you a book, but only after you finish all for me. Okay, norming. After norming, performing. Very good. Can you please? Come. Don't be shy, don't be shy. Congrats. Your professor very proud. Hope you like it. Okay, so all this, right, if you don't have a strong team culture on hand, things are going to go haywire, because what are the values of the team, how the team should react, what are the, how do we treat our work, how do we treat our co-workers. You don't want it to change every time you have a new team. Then you're like, you need to have a strong team culture. Actually, in Intel, the team culture is so strong, right, that you still remember what are the culture. Okay, this is my third last slide, okay? Later on, we'll open for questions. So what is the key takeaway? The key takeaway here is building your business is not easy, okay? Really, take it from me, okay? It's very difficult. Here, this is very important for you guys. Ensure you have sufficient knowledge. Basically, ask yourself what is in your Doraemon bag before you embark on this entrepreneurship journey, right? Do you really know what you're doing? Do you really have what it takes? Do you know, it's not just a skill, but do you know what it takes to be a good employee? What it takes to hold on to a job, right? All those things. So actually, this brings up a point me and my business partner always talk about. Hey, Karyn, you need to go talk to some students because they want to start business. And then my response will be like, I think they don't know what they are signing up for, seriously. So it's good that sometimes you have a dream to start business. Everybody have that. In fact, I came from a family of entrepreneurs, okay? But before you do that, you need to build your foundation. You need to build your own personality, your characteristic, your values, so that when things get tough, you have something to fall back on. Because things will get tough. Okay, key takeaway number 3, people, framework, and processes and tools. This is very important. So you have gone from the infancy stage to a particular stage whereby your business is run by people, your staff, your core team, and framework, processes, and tools. Because people come and go. If you don't have this in place, a strong thing in place, it's like, hey, this thing, who did it? Oh, the guy who left 2 years ago. Okay, what is he talking about? Don't know. Sounds familiar? The last 3 points is basically my own opinion. Be flexible. Be thick-skinned, very, very thick-skinned, okay? And be prepared to eat papaya. What is the meaning of be prepared to eat papaya? Anybody? Because, remember the scenario I said earlier about the projects? Okay, so I have 5 staff. Each staff draws 5,000. 25,000 is my payroll per month. If I don't have enough cash to pay my staff, what happens? Yeah. You better have a papaya tree in your house because you ain't getting the 5K yourself. So that the whole month you better eat papaya. That's what it means. Prepare to eat papaya. Yes, seriously, it's not kidding. Okay, take a look at this. It's actually the picture of a marathon runner. This is an excellent picture. It reads, of course it's hard. It's supposed to be hard. If it were easy, everybody would do it. And it is because it is hard that makes it great. Okay, so the amount of satisfaction you get out of running a business for so many years and you're still standing here and not dead, okay, so you're like, excellent. You actually have to give yourself a pat on the back because it's not easy. So building a business is a marathon, okay, it's not a sprint. It's not a 1 year thing, 6 months thing, when I feel like it thing. It is a commitment that you make to yourself, to the staff, to the community. Okay. And I would like to end today's presentation with this final slide. To begin is easy, to persist is art. Okay. So this particular saying, I find it very thoughtful, very relevant, because in Chinese, it also says, 創業容易，守業難, which means if you want to start a business, it's easy. But for you to persist through and maintain year after year after year, that's tough. Okay? That's all I have. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Yes? Question? Example of challenges? Yeah. Plenty. Come. So, last book. Challenges in which area? Lots of area. Okay. Remember I mentioned cash flow is a balancing act. Cash flow is always a problem because you need to make decisions, you need to make calls, you need to decide whether should I do this or should I do that, right? And like I say, when you land a particular business, you may have the numbers in the books, hey, but it's not in your bank yet. Right? So collection, I'm not sure about other countries, but at least for this country, collection is a bit of a art, yeah, unfortunately. So many challenges within the office, outside the office, challenges coming from global, because you know what, in this world, you're no longer just a Malaysian company, okay? Somebody in Thailand can do it better, somebody in Indonesia can do it better. So it's actually a global environment. You're actually running a global business. So I always tell my team, whatever we do, okay, our team culture is, we want to aspire to be as good as a Google team. We want to be as good as a multinational team. Why? Because this is the environment we're in. We are global. We are no longer just the, selling soya sauce to the kampung. No. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Any other question? Yes. Yes.
Can you share with us a bit about the background, the history of your company?
Thank you. Okay, so why we started this in 2008? Basically, me and my business partner Cheng Yi, we were colleagues at Intel. So we met in Intel Cyberjaya. So Intel Cyberjaya was actually quite a facility actually. Actually, that's where Dr. Edwin came from as well. He's my colleague. So we built a very good team, but unfortunately during that time, the world economy wasn't doing so well. So the Intel corporate office decided to shut down the Cyberjaya office and ask the team to move to Penang or separate. So me and my business partner, we decide to separate. So when we separate, so then we come across a crossroad. Do I apply to Dell? Do I go into DHL? What do I do, right? So we were a little bit, actually itchy backside lah, huh? Got a little bit money. Okay, decide. Okay, let's just try. Okay, let's just try. So we registered a business in 2008. We call ourselves Sanity. The reason why is a very weird name, right? Why is it Sanity? Because we wanted to focus on social enterprise networks. We wanted to serve IT for NGOs. Actually, NGOs got a lot of money on it. It's recorded, right? Yes, because there are a lot of sponsors. But the problem is, IT management has always been an issue. It's always challenging. Because if you are part of an NGO, an environmental NGO, or take care of children, take care of animals, take care of water, take care of whatever, right? Frankly speaking, you don't really have an NGO for IT, right? IT is more like service provider. So they don't know how to manage the IT, they don't know how to manage the social media, internet, you name it, right? So there is an opportunity there. So whenever there's a problem, the other thing about being an entrepreneur is, right, we need to take a look at it and turn it into an opportunity. How can I serve in this gap, right? So we wanted to do that, but Sen at that time was taken. We couldn't register that name. So then die lah, cannot really. Okay, then how our name like that? Then after that, we wanted to build our team based on 3 pillars. E, engineering. We have to make sure our solutions is engineered. Means boleh jalan, right? Engineered. Design. It's not just can function, it also must look good, right? And innovation. We need to think out of the box. So we decided, SEN plus EDI, Sanity, sounds good, register. That's what happened. That's why we call ourselves Sanity. And only after we register, I think 1 year plus later, we realized that actually Sanity is a name of a place in Indonesia. It's a kampong in Indonesia. We haven't been there before. It's so funny. Yeah, so that's the background of how we started this. So for myself, I graduated from University of Wollongong with a computer engineering degree. So that was way back. So ever since then, I've always been in IT for the past 18 plus years. Does that answer your question? Thank you. Question? Yes.
You spoke about the importance of your core team.
Yes.
How do you make them say give their allegiance to you, to be loyal to you, basically?
Good question. Actually, there's no such thing as allegiance. But I guess the important thing is we have to treat each other, each team member with respect, right? So sometimes being engineers, right? Because I was an engineer, so I know, right? So engineering work very tough one, you know. Designers work very simple one, just put some color right? Or manager, I stand there and talk only, very simple one. Managers what overhead, right? You know, but it's not, because the designers will look at you, the engineer, as what they know. They just put the pipe together, then the thing work, right? And we're like, hello, it's not like that, right? And the managers will look at the developers and the designers and say, actually, frankly speaking, you think so easy? Who's going to collect the money, huh? Right? So everybody have a task to play. Everybody has a role. So it's very different. So team respect is very important. So how do I, from there, nurture a few to be part of our journey, to be part of the core team? It's a sense of belonging, right? So when you make decisions, key decisions with the key people, they will feel that, you know what, this is also my effort. This is also my baby. So there's no allegiance, those kind of things. But of course, having said that, you can go a bit further by providing shares in the company, right? So you will feel more and more like a co-business owner. We are building this together. Yeah. Of course, you want the entire team to feel like that, but sometimes realistically, it may not be possible. But the key ones, you must take care. Any questions? Any other questions? So when are you guys gonna graduate? Soon? This year, 2015, 2016? Very good. I'm very happy to hear that. All the best. Remember to look for a job first. Okay, very good. Okay, any other question? Yes, actually, we are part of Trico Sanity. Our team Sanity has been acquired by the Trico Malaysia Group in 2012. So we're part of the Trico group of companies right now. Our office is based in Bangsa South. So we are a software development company, and we report to the Trico Malaysia Group, which basically the key services are in corporate services, investor services, and business outsourcing. And basically, Trico Malaysia Group then reports to Trico Hong Kong, which is owned by the Bank of East Asia. So our team, in terms of the overall team, is quite large right now. So if you're interested, you can always drop us an email. Yeah, that's why I mentioned that Trico Malaysia is more than just IT. But however, drop us an email, and then we'll see what we can do, or we can, pass on a resume to somebody else, because, like I said, networking, right? So a lot of people know us, and we also know a lot of people. Yeah. So our email address, you can email to Tanya@tricosanity.com. TANYA@tricosanity.com. So thank you so much for your time. I hope you guys find this worthy enough to attend. Thank you.